Hey, what's up everybody? This is Gigi with ComicWow here at Baltimore Comic Con 2014. And I'm so excited that I met these guys just recently. Happened to be walking by their booth and got a little story about their comic. I want to introduce you to DW and Skip Winter from a comic called Unit 5. So please tell us about this book because I think it's really exciting and I want everybody to know all about it.
So Unit 5 is about 5 characters all connected to 9/11. They formed a global anti-terror unit after 9/11, post 9/11, as they were all either injured in the attacks or lost a family member themselves. And they basically fight global terror around the globe with an arsenal of gadgets and enhanced abilities, and it's been kind of fun.
And you said that the 5 of them each represent within New York one of the 5 different boroughs, which is
Correct.
a cool like kind of tie-in. So this book's taking a little bit of an evolution. I know you had told me that when it was originally introduced and you brought it to, was it New York Comic Con?
Yes.
You weren't really sure how it was going to be perceived by everybody, whether it be embraced. But so what exactly happened when you brought it there?
Well, leading up to New York, we were really taking a gamble, PR gamble. We had no idea the sensitivity of the issue, the New Yorkers, how they were going to take it. And when we went to New York Comic Con, we were embraced by first responders, you know, the FDNY, police department, and they really endorsed the book. And since that time, the fan base in New York, I think because of those guys, first responders, has become pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's quite a coup to have behind you, to have people that the story would most affect, to have them really embracing it, and that's got to be a great feeling. So, I mean, what did that feel like when you were at the con and you saw that like this book was being received so well?
Well, because it was our first book, it was a little overwhelming just because it was our first book. But then once those guys, the real heroes, and that's kind of the book pays tribute to those guys, the real heroes. Once they endorsed it, we knew we really had something as far as a legitimate book. But then also it just made you feel good that we were doing something. We were kind of doing our part so that people wouldn't forget that day. And recently we connected with a couple first responders that were there at Ground Zero, and they endorsed it even further and, you know, just really legitimized it.
That's got to be such a tremendous feeling. So where do you draw your inspiration from as far as story style, art style? Are there other comics out there that you kind of feel like were your inspiration, or is it not even comic-based, your inspiration? Is it something completely different?
My inspiration really...
Speed Racer, you told me you're a fan.
Speed Racer.
You told me you're a fan of Speed
Justice
Racer.
League. As far as writers go, I mean, Jeff Johns is my favorite. I think he keeps it simple. The storylines are never like too elaborate, and I kind of feel like I'm no rocket scientist. So I feel like when someone reads my book, I want them to finish the book and feel good, and not have to strain over what happened in the book. I think it should be really simple. Panels should be laid out right, and keeping the whole storyline, you know, smooth and just easy and simple to read. That's kind of my feeling. It's like if they want to pick up a novel, great. You want something that's super in depth, but you're reading a comic book, so it should be fun. It should be easy to read. And you know, like I said, I think Jeff Johns does the best. You know, so he's obviously the guy.
Now, do each of you have a favorite character of the 5 that you find is your favorite or you most relate to or anything like that? I know you said it's a very diverse group of characters, so there's somebody for everyone to relate to within there, which I think is fantastic. But do you have one that you're kind of like...
I think I'm going to probably say the same thing as you, is Drift.
Okay.
Just mystery, just you don't know anything about him. So, and I like that part about the character where you want to know what's going to happen in the next book or the next page, and I think that really ties in with that character very well.
I'll tell you guys, the way that you tell the story, it makes me excited to read the book, and I'm like so glad that we found you. So how can people, so obviously finding this via comic shops, online, like everybody knows where to go. Do you guys have a website for it?
There you go. Here's our web guy.
Unit5comic.com.
And you couldn't remember that?
No, I could. You know.
You can check us out on Facebook too, Unit5comic.
And now everybody can check you out on ComicWow as well. So I want to thank both of you so much. Is there anything else you want to plug while we've got you here? Or?
Actually, there's going to be a short live-action film debuting next month on the SIT network. So if you get on the Unit 5 Facebook page, you're going to see some trailers coming up or some. Should be pretty interesting. So we got a lot going on.
Super exciting. Well, congratulations to you both. It seems like things have just kind of started rolling in the right direction for you guys, and you guys probably heard it here on ComicWow first. So thanks again, guys. Have a great con.
Thank you.
You're welcome.